going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. So we are killing it, man. The last couple of weeks, man. 2024, I'm doing well. As of the calendar year, January 1st, 2024, I had $700 in this account. And we're up to $1,600. So we've more than doubled the account in 3 months. I've done that before and then lost it all. So, it's easier said than done, but I feel like there's many lessons that have been learned along the way, and we're making progress and we're getting there. And that's the thing, like all these other YouTube channels, is all these professionals showing that they're making all this money, and it's like, great, how did you get there? How are you doing that? And it's like, you never really get like a concrete, firm, straight answer. It's like, yeah, just buy my course, So I'm trying to show like real life losses, like the whole progression of learning. And I'm hoping that 2024 is my first profitable year in Forex. And I feel like we're definitely getting there. It looks like, off of the past 3 weeks, it looks like somebody's learning how to read price action. But then again, I would take all of this with a grain of salt. And I am looking to try to build a strategy that works for working class people that don't want to be on the charts all the time, that might want to trade Forex, take advantage of bigger picture moves. But it's like one of those things where you got to be patient and wait for that setup that doesn't come very often, but I feel like it's coming next Wednesday. Fed meeting. And if you look at how price has moved thus far, it's almost perfect, man. It's like picture freaking perfect. Especially on NZD. NZD just makes perfect sense to me right now. It looks so good. I still don't want to over risk, but let's get in above that double top and see. Because we had a false break here. We had an opportunity to go higher. It failed. It attempted 4 more times to get above. It failed. It dropped and took out a low. And now it looks like conveniently that price is going up correctively on the weekly chart, straight back into, son of a gun, that trend line. And it looks like it's going to be just parking itself there by the time, the Fed meeting comes next Wednesday. Then you zoom in a little bit further and see, oh my God, they left a freaking double top. Huh. Interesting. There's a bunch of stop losses and sell orders and buy orders and my order and probably your order. All sitting there, waiting patiently. Why would they not take that out, touch the trend line, and then go? And if it does, that's the thing, right? If price does come up and take out that double top and rejects, and this is for real a correction, for a continuation, look at the real estate we have. Ooh boy. This could be an excellent bigger picture, longer term hold right there. So don't miss it. Be ready for that next Wednesday. But don't over risk, and be ready for anything, because is there a possibility that price just and it's gone? Yeah, but I think that's less likely. Bigger picture trend down. We've been respecting these trend lines for over a year, and word on the street is that the Fed is planning or even going to talk about raising rates again, which would be insane. But yeah, that's the word on the street. So, and I'm trying to call trades ahead of time the best I can, but I'm not quite there yet where I'm so confident that I'm going to tell people hey, you know what, you should definitely sell there, because I don't know exactly, and sometimes I don't know until I see a pattern or see a candle, or whatever, or multiple things that I'm like, hey, that could be something, and I'll take the risk, but I'm at work and I can't make a video until later. So whenever I can try to call something out ahead of time, if I see something, I try. And last night I saw that. You know, I said on Sunday I was going to sell from up here and try to ride this correction down to support somewhere. Didn't exactly work out the way I thought it was because I threw a stop loss here. And price went down, came up, stopped me out, and then went back down. And I was like, huh, that's weird. So I decided to leave it because I was unsure. I was kind of confused by that. And then price did this and stopped there. And I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I see that? Look at that. It just looks like price needs to finish its corrective pattern here. So red flag news tomorrow should, because of how close we are to this trend line, and I would imagine we'll be back up here by next Wednesday, we should be heading down. So red flag news is going to push this down tomorrow. So I took a sell last night, and I threw a yellow line saying I think we might bounce off of this area right here. I might look for a buy. And I set a take profit at $140. It hit my take profit, and immediately after, I didn't wait for a candle action. I didn't wait for a break and retest. I didn't wait for a pattern on the lower time frame. I just bought. Just whatever, you know, just buy. As a hedge. As a hedge against NZD, you know, I moved my stop down on NZD, or my take profit on NZD, because, yeah, it's like... the hardest part is knowing like when to take profit and when to go further. And I've learned over time that 9 times out of 10, if you don't take profit after a nice juicy move, that it's going to come up and stop you out for zero profit. And you just wasted an entire week trading for nothing when you could have had something, you know? So I wasn't taking profits often enough, but then you have cases like this where it's like, well, dude, look how close we are. Like, look at this. Here's the trend line, right? We still have 4 days to come down, touch this, and start heading back up into red flag news for next week. And you can see this move up, this leg up. Here's one day correction, 2 day correction, 3 days from here to there. So this is even more possible because it's a smaller distance here. So I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, I think possibly we'll get a small correction here, and then one more drop tonight. And then possibly tonight into tomorrow, we'll bounce off of this trend line and then start heading back up into next week. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we get a little pin bar candle off of the trend line tomorrow. Possibility. So this is how I'm playing NZD. My take profit is just above these highs here, set at $160. So we'll have at least 200 bucks. No, yeah, we got 160, 130. So plus the 30, yeah, we're over 300 bucks this week already. Hell yeah. I mean, if this hits this take profit, we're going to be the same thing. We made about 300 bucks per week for the last 3 weeks. That's crazy. I wish I could keep that going all the time, and then maybe once the account's bigger, scale it up. And that's the goal. But I'm going to look to take profit here and look for a buy somewhere around here. And try to ride this back up. And I'm going to take profit probably right before the double top. And maybe sooner. I don't know. Depends where price is and, you know, how close we are to the Fed meeting. But regardless, I'm going to look to ride this back up to the double top and then jump back in short next Wednesday and hopefully come back down. But it all depends on how price moves. You know, something crazy could happen. So that's scenario 1 that I was thinking potentially that could happen, is that correction, move, and then start coming back up. Scenario 2, and this is why I hedged, would be, Duke, you're gonna drive me nuts. This cat had like dude, he got sick, so sick. He had like projectile vomit all night. All night. I got 2 hours of sleep. Didn't go to work today. I had to bring him to the freaking hospital. $300 freaking dollars. And then he took a dump that was so horrendous. He should have gone to jail. It should have been illegal what came out of him. I swear to God, it's like my wallpaper in the kitchen is starting to peel from what this cat did. Stop. Oh God, he's a good cat, but he's a pain in the ass. Yeah, what was I saying? He got me all screwed up now. Oh, scenario B, and this is why I hedged, and I'm still not sure what I'm doing here. I don't know why I have that there, but scenario B would be like, okay, what if price does this? Correctively comes down, and then correctively kind of wastes time and comes back up into red flag news next week. That is scenario 2 that I think could happen. So this order, I'm just gonna see what happens here. I'll probably see if it pushes up and put my stop loss to break even before I go to sleep. And if price decides to launch down tonight and and gets me out and in a buy in this, if it's not too far gone already, I might look for a buy in Aussie too, because I really do think we're going back up to that trend line. But we will see, guys. See you later.